Well, good morning everybody in Quad Racer world. Been a few weeks since we shot any video. It's just a gorgeous morning out here in SoCal, out in the desert, and thought I would shoot a little vid on some of the stuff we've been working on and some of the stuff that people expressed a lot of interest about. So let's just get to it. Earlier we shot some video on foot pegs and front suspension stuff, and really didn't show you the results of that work. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to talk about the suspension mods on the Zillas and stuff very specific to it. So what we have here, as we can see, this is a stock Quadzilla steering arm, and if you look, you can see this sucker's bent. This happens, you know, if you take a super bad impact, it'll happen. And you know, even though this thing's made out of steel, there's just some give in those materials. So one of the things that we engineered is some billet steering arms, you know, to correct the geometry and really get rid of the bump steer. And we've had these out for about a little over a year, and one of the things that's important to know is that when we make stuff or do development, we just don't make something and sell it to make a profit. We actually test it. And the steering arms are something that we have actually tested. You know, they've been on Gamazilla going over 100 miles an hour, and we haven't had any failures. And you know, if I had any business sense at all, I probably could have sold just a ton of these things because they do a bitchin' job. But unfortunately, I just decided to on a different methodology to fix the bump steer issues with these bikes. And you know, just to let the enthusiasts know, we're not about making money is not the bottom line. We're not, you know, a big businessman. We're not somebody that sits behind the keyboard and searches for somebody to CNC some parts and sell it. We actually develop and test our own stuff, and so we have a different methodology to do the front ends, and it works out really good. It uses the stock steering arms, and we put stronger bolts in it and billet stuff in there, and that's our different methodology. But I just wanted to touch base with that. Would have loved to sell everybody these billet arms because they work really well. Next, we talked about doing LT500 foot peg and LT250 mods where we do our RX lowering, yada yada yada. So let's look at some finished product. Right here, we've got an LT250R foot peg, and we lowered it and redid it. And this is the, you know, this is the finished result of it. That's a lefty. Here's a righty. They're really clean, strong, does a bitchin' job. Happy with it. You can see they're symmetrical. And then we've got our LT500 ones. We've been doing them like this for a while. And you can see it's nice, it's lowered, it's clean. We've extended the kickstop on it so the kickstarter doesn't get stuck behind the foot peg. Here's a lefty. So we've been doing these, you know, for a long time. We thought about doing them in billet, but man, it's so expensive, and a minimum run is just a lot, and there's really just not enough demand. But one of the things that we also do is when you have your foot pegs modified, you need to change the angle of your shifter to line up in the original spot relative to the foot peg height. And we do that too. Here's one that's been done. It's really important, you know, it's just part of the job, and it's stuff that we test and develop, and you know, we actually put these on a bike and make sure it's just right. And so that's that. And then the newest thing, we've done, you know, a lot of different foot peg mods before, and we tested our LTR 450 foot peg donors modified to go on the Zilla pegs. And the long story short, by the time you lower them because of the additional width, you can't get them as low, and the Kickstarter, your toe hits every time. And we're just not happy, and that's not the way we ended up going. So what we did end up with is what I'm showing you right here. This is a hybrid foot peg with a LT500 base that's been straightened, Kickstarter stop extended, but we use the Z400 foot pegs as a donor. And these turn out beautiful. I built fixtures for these. You can see this is a very heavy duty peg, very strong, and because it's lower, there's less leverage against the base, they don't bend. And so this is what we've ended up with. I built the fixtures to do these. Very, very happy. This happens to be a customer set that's leaving us. And then here's the left side foot peg. Kind of the same thing, and you could see, you know, from the pics what we've done, and very happy with it. And so that's basically what's been going on, and that's our update regarding foot pegs and suspension. Hope it helped. Any questions, you guys can just email me drqperformance@yahoo.com, and you guys have a good day.